Hi there, my name's Lisamaree, and I'm from Canada, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I come from a family of 13 siblings, all who have been given up for adoption, and a mother who lived a life of prostitution and different men in her life. I have been sexually and physically abused since probably the age of 4. And never really had a stable background up until I was a young adult. When I became a young adult, I then followed in a footstep of abuse with the men that I chose. Not having that stability as a young child and taught, what real love is, I would go for men who would beat me and abuse me and treat me like a piece of dirt. In that lifestyle, I got involved in drugs, and it just was not a good journey. One night, I was with a guy, and we had done cocaine all night long. And I was driving to the airport to go to Mexico with a couple girlfriends. And it was that night, or actually the next morning at 6 a.m., I was driving and I realized I can't do this anymore. I'm high as a kite. I could barely drive. I'm going to get on a plane and go on holidays. And I don't even know who I am. And I remember throwing my hands up in the air and saying, I can't do this. I can't. And I need Jesus. And at that moment, Jesus Take the Wheel came on the radio, and by Carrie Underwood. And I remember thinking to myself, is this a sign? I went home, I packed, and I got on the airplane. And when I did, I met my husband in Mexico, a man who was nothing like anybody I ever had in my life before, a man who loved me for who I was. And from that point on, I started to see signs of Jesus more and more and more. Brett and I got married a year and a half after we met. We then tried to get pregnant. And again, I hit a wall of, where was Jesus? Why isn't he helping me get pregnant? I went to fertility clinics. We tried for 3 years to get pregnant, and nothing happened. Once the last time I was at the fertility clinic, the doctor said, you can't get pregnant. And I had no more eggs. And I got in the car and I cried, and I called my husband and I said, we can't get pregnant. It's done. I'm not trying anymore. And I prayed. I prayed in that car by myself, and I asked God, why? What can I do? Why? And I begged him for a baby. I wanted a baby. And 3 months later, I was pregnant. And my journey has just since then continued. I have felt that, I always say this, that God has had his hand on my back, and when I'm about to stray, he brings me back. Or, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Christian. I'll never profess to be that. But what I do profess is that Jesus is number one, and that he guides me and takes care of me. And through my life, Jesus shines in all of the mistakes I've made.